Hi, my name is Rob. Welcome back to my channel, where I talk about all things aging, the things to think about with aging. One thing I want to talk about today is downsizing. Downsizing is something that and probably most people will go through this part of their life. It's a season of life where you get to the point where you can't maintain a big house or you've got a lot of stuff. I have a lot of friends that they bought houses, big houses. But then what do you do with a big house? Well, you fill it. And then what do you do with your garage? Well, sometimes you park a car in there. But a lot of times, what did they do? Well, they started filling that with stuff too. And by the way, then your relatives, a relative passed away, your parents pass away. And what do you do? Well, you take all their stuff and you move it into the garage. And then you decide, you know what? I don't have enough room in my house, and I'm going to pay an extra 100, $200 a month and get a storage facility. I don't have any statistics, but I can tell you that the storage business in this world is good because they're everywhere. They're everywhere. They're proliferating. It's a good business, and they make a lot of money off of people keeping stuff that is not worth storing. I had a conversation with, I'm not a formal financial planner, but in my own life, I have certain ways of looking at things, and I had one person that I was kind of looking at what they were storing, and I said, "Look, you're paying $175 a month, and you've been doing that for 4 years for things that are probably worth about $2,000 or less, and most of them you don't even have an emotional tie to, right? There's no family tie or anything. You've just had this stuff in storage." I'm like, think about the amount of money you would have if you had invested that money. The opportunity cost is huge. So again, in America, especially in the materialist society we're in, bigger, more stuff, a lot of, it accumulates over time. And then people get overwhelmed, right? They just don't know what to do. Like, how do I manage all this clutter and stuff? So downsizing as a part of this is you get to a certain age, you're gonna move into a smaller space. A lot of people move because they're not in a flat. They might have stairs. They can't manage stairs anymore. That they can't maintain the house that they're in. Whatever else, they need to downsize. And I've been through downsizing a couple of times with my own mother. She moved from a house to an apartment, downsizing. She actually went back to a house and added some things, and then she downsized again to a plus 55 community. So that's a couple of downsizings. And one time we used an estate sale to sell the things. The next time, I think some of the things went to family, some of the things went to like Habitat for Humanity and to Goodwill and to charities that wanted, I think that's a good way to kind of downsize a little bit. So what are some of the things to think about when determining what to keep and what not to keep? I think I talked about in a previous video, don't cherish stuff, right? Cherish people, cherish relationships, don't cherish stuff. However, if there are pieces that really mean a lot to you, they don't have to be expensive pieces, but the things that really matter to you, I mean, hold on to those, right? If there are things that mean something that you're going to pass down to the future generations, or, I don't have children, but I have a couple of things that are in our family. I'll give an example. My great grandfather gave my mother an 1888 silver Morgan dollar and said, hold on to this. And I have it. I want to pass it on. It's either going to go to my nephews. If I'm lucky enough someday to have children, it'll go to my children. That's something that's not going to go away, right? I'm not going to give that away. It's also small. It's not something that has a lot of clutter to it. On the other hand, if there are things that, I'll give you an example. My grandmother Alice, I loved my grandmother Alice. She had a Amish-made rocking chair, and this chair is it's really nice. I like it, but I don't have room for it. Or alternatively, if I move into a smaller space, I'm definitely not going to have room for it. It's been in storage before. It is not something that really aligns with the design aesthetic or anything else with my place, right? So what I have decided is I'm going to take a picture of that chair. So I'm going to remember it. I'm going to remember my grandmother Alice for it. But it doesn't mean that I am locked into carrying this chair around till the end of time and till the end of my days. That chair is going to go on to somebody that will appreciate it and put it in their house, right? And maybe it's going to go, I'm probably going to give it to Habitat for Humanity along with some other things when I move in the next few months. So, anyway, these are my thoughts on downsizing and how it's impacted me, how I think about it. One way that I've done this in my life is I never kind of upsized a little bit. I'm in a 2 bedroom condo. I don't have a lot of stuff, to be quite honest. I've tried to keep that because of my tendencies towards minimalism. But at the same time, this downsizing is something to think through as you age. Like, what is the best way to do it? And also, in some ways, I mean, you have to do it. I think trying to do like an all at once. I'm just going to make all these decisions at once. It really doesn't work that way, especially if you're older and you're probably not making decisions like that anymore, like you did when you were younger. So what I would say is, start thinking about that maybe a year or two before you're going to move, right? Before you're going to make those changes, start thinking about where those things would go, and if you can, give it to charity. That can probably help them out. If you want to sell things, you can go on eBay or other things, and downsizing is a topic. I hope this was helpful. Put in the comments any other thoughts you have on downsizing and what's worked for you, and I look forward to talking to you in the next video. Thank you so much.